We are going to study about separating the components of a mixture. This topic is included in the chapter Is Matter Around Us Pure in Chemistry, Grade 9. Let us first look at the technique used to separate a mixture of two immiscible liquids. Immiscible liquids means two liquids which are not mixing with each other. So here for this we use a separating funnel. We will take a mixture of kerosene oil and water, and we will first close the stopcock and pour the mixture in the separating funnel. We will leave the separating funnel undisturbed for some time. So the lighter liquid, which is kerosene, will separate out and float on top, and at the bottom we will have water which is heavier than kerosene. Once the two layers are very clearly separated out, we will open the stopcock slowly and let the water out and collect it in a beaker. As soon as the kerosene oil reaches the top of the stopcock, we will close the stopcock. So now we have kerosene oil collected in the stopcock and water collected in a beaker. The principle is that immiscible liquids separate out in layers depending on their densities. This method is used to separate mixture of oil and water. It is also used in the extraction of iron from its ore. The lighter slag is removed from the top by this method to leave the molten iron at the bottom in the furnace. Distillation is the method used to separate a mixture of two miscible liquids. Miscible liquids means two liquids which mix with each other. So we will try to separate acetone and water from the mixture. We can see in the picture a distillation flask which is clamped on a stand. Then it is kept on a tripod stand over a Bunsen burner. A thermometer is fitted on the top of the distillation flask. On the side of the distillation flask is the water condenser, which has a cold water inlet and a water outlet. After the water condenser cools down the liquid, it is collected in a beaker at the end. So the mixture of acetone and water is taken in the distillation flask and it is heated. The acetone vaporizes, it passes through the water condenser, it condenses and is collected in the beaker, and water is left behind in the distillation flask. This method is called distillation. It is used for the separation of components of a mixture containing two miscible liquids that boil without decomposition and have sufficient difference in their boiling points. But if the two liquids do not have a good amount of difference in the boiling points, then this method cannot be used. We have to use another method called fractional distillation. Fractional distillation is used to separate a mixture of two or more miscible liquids for which the difference in boiling points is less than 25 degrees Kelvin. For example, separation of different gases from air, separating different fractions from petroleum products. The apparatus used for fractional distillation is similar to the apparatus that was used for distillation, except for the fact that here we use a fractionating distillation column also, and this fractionating column has glass beads. So in the picture we can see a distillation flask which is filled with the mixture. On top of the distillation flask is a fractionating column which is clamped on a stand. In the fractionating column, a thermometer is fitted in the cork. Then on the side is a water condenser where with cold water inlet and water outlet. And at the end of the water condenser is a conical flask where the vapors cool down and get collected. How can we obtain different gases from air? Air is a homogeneous mixture of many gases, and we can separate out the gases by fractional distillation. Suppose we want oxygen gas from air, then we have to separate out all the other gases present in the air. The procedure used over here, we can see in the flow diagram. Air is compressed and then cooled by increasing the pressure and decreasing the temperature. Then it becomes liquid air. This liquid air is allowed to warm up in the fractional distillation column, and then the gases get separated at different heights depending on their boiling points. We can see the diagram over here for separating components of air. Air is let in through a filter. It passes through a chamber where it is subjected to pressure. This hot air is then passed through another chamber where we can see a freezing cold water inlet and water outlet. Here the air cools down. Then this cold compressed air is passed through a separator. Here the carbon dioxide separates out as dry ice. Then the liquid air is passed through expansion jet into a fractional distillation column. In the fractional distillation column, nitrogen and argon separate out and other gases also separate out, and at the end we get liquid oxygen. This is the diagram of water purification system in waterworks. So we can see water from a reservoir is allowed to pass through a sedimentation tank. In the sedimentation tank, solids settle down. Then it passes through loading tank. In the loading tank, suspended impurities sediment out. Then it passes through a filtration tank, which is having fine sand, gravel and coarse gravel. From the filtration tank, it goes to another tank where water is subjected to chlorination. Chlorination will kill the bacteria, and then this water reaches the tap water in homes. Thank you.